My entire senior class was unexpectedly added to a group chat with a chillingly ominous name, Heatwave Apocalypse. While everyone else scrambled to claim safe houses in the remote wilderness or locations promising abundant water, I made a choice that seemed like suicide. I selected a high-rise apartment in the heart of the city, one explicitly described as having no water and no electricity. The school's most popular girl immediately singled me out for ridicule, and as a result, not a single person was willing to form a team with me. The consensus was clear. They all placed bets that I would be dead within 3 days. When the time came to select our special abilities, the choices were predictable. Most went for practical skills like spatial storage or powers related to creating water. I chose something called reverse photosynthesis, an ability that allowed me to draw energy directly from the humidity in the air. The moment I confirmed my choice, the group chat administrator muted me. It was clear they didn't want their feeds cluttered with my inevitable pleas for help when I started dying. But when the system suddenly revoked all team up and administrative features, a new notification appeared for everyone to see. The group chat's name had been officially reset. It now read Monsoon Apocalypse. It all started on a sweltering summer afternoon when my classmates and I found ourselves unwilling members of a bizarre new group chat. "Hello, 50 hosts," a message from the administrator read. "I am the Apocalypse system and I will be your group administrator. If you can survive in this game for 1 week, you will be rewarded with a prize of $100 million. As if it sensed our collective disbelief, the system immediately initiated a $1 million cash giveaway directly into the chat. The students who had initially dismissed it as an elaborate senior prank erupted into a frenzy, frantically tapping their screens to claim a portion of the money. "Holy crap, this is real. 1 week and we're set for life. Let's do this." The excited messages flew. Only Leo, our class vice president, seemed to grasp the darker implications. "So, if we fail to complete the challenge," he typed cautiously, "do we die?" The system's reply was cold and immediate. "The game will reset if all participants are eliminated. If a winner emerges, the game concludes. Any participant who chooses to quit midway through the game will be required to return the $1 million. A wave of panic washed over the group. Those who had been too slow to grab the initial cash drop were particularly incensed. "See, I knew it was a scam. I'm leaving this group." Another student chimed in, "Go on then. Let's see if they can really make you pay back $1 million." But after several minutes passed, the member count remained unchanged. We were trapped. The administrator ignored the rising tide of anxious chatter and simply posted a poll. "Choose your safe house," the message instructed. The options were listed. 1. A 20th floor apartment in a major city center with no water or electricity. 2. A country cottage with arable land for farming. 3. A deserted island with abundant sources of food. 4. An urban air raid shelter with a sturdy door and a naturally low temperature. 5. A food processing plant with a large stock of resources. The chat immediately filled with strategic discussions. "Serena should definitely pick the food factory," one message read. "She loves bossing everyone around anyway, so she can manage the resources." "Yeah, Serena, if you pick that one, we might be generous enough to team up with you." In the end, I was the only person who selected the first option. Serena, the undisputed queen bee of our class, responded with a series of dramatic gasping emojis. "Amelia, are you completely insane? It's a heat wave apocalypse, and you pick a high-rise apartment with no water or power? You're going to be a human raisin by the 3rd day. Did you just pick it because living in the city sounds glamorous without giving it any actual thought?" Her condescending tone was infuriating. And she's supposed to be our class president. So dumb. Serena was the most popular girl in school, and as soon as she spoke, several of the guys who were always trying to get her attention joined in to laugh at me. Even a few students who had been considering the first option quickly changed their minds. 5 minutes later, the poll closed, and the administrator posted a new message. "Each host is a temporary administrator. You may choose teammates who have made the same safe house selection. Teammates will be assigned to the same safe house by default." Serena was immediately thrilled. "Who else was destined to pick the island with me? We can have a beach party." Her message sparked a flurry of applications from over a dozen guys hoping to join her team. She was ecstatic and made sure to tag me in a taunting follow-up message. Wow, so many people want to be on my team. Maybe I should send a few over to our dear class president, Amelia. It's just so sad that nobody picked her. She was right. By then, everyone had formed a team except for me. After enduring dozens of mocking messages, Leo finally intervened to try and restore some semblance of order. Guys, let's not fight among ourselves. Admin, when does the game actually begin? The system responded instantly. There's one more choice to be made, your power for the next week. Another list appeared. 1. An endless supply of fresh water. 2. An indestructible body, immune to all poisons. 3. Instant teleportation. 4. Unlimited storage space. 5. Reverse photosynthesis. The chat immediately grew serious again as everyone began analyzing the survival rates and practical applications of these abilities in extreme heat. Serena jumped in, offering a stream of nonsensical advice, and convinced the group of guys following her to choose the fresh water supply, claiming it would maximize their chances of survival. She, however, chose unlimited storage space for herself. I can help everyone keep track of their resources and prevent any arguments, she announced with feigned magnanimity. You're all my precious babies, after all. Leo chose instant teleportation. I can pop over to wherever you are to rescue you at any time, he declared heroically. In the end, just as with the safe house, I was the only one who chose the 5th option. This, of course, led to another barrage of several dozen messages mocking my decision. What the hell is that power? Sounds like something the creator threw in to sound intelligent. Ha 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 ha. What did the class prez pick this time? Doesn't that mean you get hungrier when you're in the sun? Won't she die even faster? All that time spent studying must have rotted her brain. Good thing we're not stuck in her safe house. Some people act like moral saints all the time, but now they're just picking weird, selfish powers for themselves. They should learn from Serena and think about the good of the group for a change. I remained silent, letting their insults wash over me. Leo, however, seemed to sense that something was amiss and sent me a private message. Why are you being so foolish, Amelia? You'll be eliminated so quickly this way. Are you still upset that I rejected you? Are you trying to make me worry? I rolled my eyes in disgust and blocked him. Back in the main group chat, everyone had confirmed their choices. The administrator spoke again. Preparations are complete. The game is about to begin. Administrator privileges will be revoked on the 3rd day. You may all modify your teams until then. Deploying to safe houses now. Day 1. Light rain was falling. My apartment was peaceful, the only sound being the soft, rhythmic tapping of raindrops against the window panes. In the group chat, Serena was gloating. See, everyone? It's raining. Of course it would rain to cool things down before the big heat wave. She followed her message with a smug, hair-flipping sticker. Hey, Amelia, I bet you're scared now, huh? Better enjoy it before you die of heat stroke today. Tomorrow, when the sun comes out, that crappy roof of yours is going to turn into an oven. Don't come crying and quitting on day 2. You'll embarrass us all. The other students, who had been confused by the unexpected rain, immediately brightened up and began praising her supposed intelligence. Leo's message seemed oddly out of place amidst the celebration. Amelia, how are things over there? Have you found any supplies in the safe house? This question immediately set Serena off. VP, why are you so concerned about her? If you're so worried, why didn't you team up with her? Feeling sorry for her now? Fine, go join her then. A string of dramatic, pouting emoticons followed his message. Leo fell silent. The chat went strangely quiet for a few seconds, the only sound being the faint patter of raindrops hitting the windows. Soon, one of Serena's sycophants spoke up, directing his attack at me. What's wrong with the VP caring about everyone's safety? Amelia, you brought this on yourself. Don't drag the VP down with you and get him yelled at by Serena. Exactly, another added. She's so annoying to even look at. Let's just mute her. That way, we won't have to listen to her screaming for help when she's about to die. It'd be a waste of resources and a total buzzkill. Besides, literally 0 people want to save her. A cold system notification popped up on my screen. Administrator Mark has muted Amelia. Not a single person spoke up in my defense. That was fine by me. I could use the peace and quiet. I put down my phone and began to systematically search the apartment. It wasn't particularly large, just a standard two-bedroom layout, but it was completely empty. There wasn't a single grain of rice or a bottle of water to be found. Finally, I pushed open the sliding door to the balcony and took a deep, deliberate breath. The water molecules suspended in the humid air filled my body, a strange and invigorating sensation. Reverse photosynthesis. As long as there were water molecules present, I could recharge my energy. This time, I wouldn't have to worry about any resource shortages. I felt refreshed, and the faint feeling of hunger I'd had completely vanished. I sealed all the windows in the apartment except for the ones on the balcony to ensure the house wouldn't become damp later. Then I opened my phone again. The class group chat was still buzzing with activity. Ha ha, the heavens are delivering water. The fields were just tilled, perfect for planting. In 10 days, I'm going to grow a whole vegetable garden. Great haul, bros. Just went out to sea and caught a few big fish. Grilled fish party tonight. Serena also posted a picture. A pristine beach on her island, complete with palm trees, and, in the center, a small mountain of supplies. There were cases of mineral water, vacuum-sealed meats, canned goods, and even a few bottles of red wine. A few of the guys surrounded her, their faces plastered with fawning smiles. "Oh, you guys. I don't know what to do with you," she captioned the photo. "I told you not to give me so much. Good thing my storage space is big enough. I guess I'll reluctantly help everyone keep it safe. To be fair, just let me know and sign up for anything you need." A flood of envious and flattering messages followed her post. A few people, however, looked at the pile of supplies with suspicion. "That's a lot of stuff. Is it really all going to be logged and distributed? It looks like a mess." "Mike, what are you trying to say? Are you questioning the goddess Serena?" One of her defenders shot back. "Serena's just trying to prevent a free-for-all. If you're not happy, go team up with Amelia. That dump of a high-rise she's in doesn't even have a bottle of water. At least no one will fight you for it." I closed the group chat and, lulled by the gentle sound of the rain outside my window, fell into a deep and peaceful sleep. Day 2. The light rain had become a heavy downpour. Low-lying areas of the city were already beginning to flood rapidly. The balcony of my 20th-floor apartment had effectively become a small waterfall. I walked barefoot to the balcony door, greedily inhaling the dense concentration of water molecules. I was brimming with power. I took some time to reinforce the balcony door and then carefully carved out the bottom of the railing to create a simple drainage system. Unless the balcony itself collapsed from the weight of the water, not a single drop would get inside the apartment. The class chat had already exploded into chaos. "Damn it, the rain is too heavy. The seeds I just planted are all ruined. The water is about to flood the house. Help." The tide is rising on the island. The high ground where we set up camp is about to be submerged, and a lot of our food has been washed away. My freaking power is generating fresh water. It's completely useless. Serena, didn't you say this power was a lifesaver? What do we do now? With their immediate survival at stake, many of them turned on Serena, who just yesterday had been their idol. Serena immediately played the victim. "You're blaming me. Did I hold a knife to your throats and force you to pick the freshwater power? You were all tripping over yourselves to pick it for me, and now you're turning on me." Leo tried to maintain order, his voice laced with a barely concealed anxiety. "Everyone, calm down, Serena. Now is not the time to point fingers. You have so many resources in your storage space. You need to take them out now for everyone to use in this emergency." Serena's voice grew louder, a strange mix of tears and petulance. "Why should I? I worked hard to collect all of that. I haven't even finished logging everything. You want me to just hand it out when the situation is so unclear? What if the sun comes out tomorrow? It could be 120 degrees. This water could be life-saving." Her words were like throwing cold water on a grease fire. "Serena, what time do you think it is? You're still worried about your stupid log? Still thinking about a heat wave tomorrow? Does this rain look like it's going to stop? You're hoarding all those resources in your own space so you can hold it over our heads, aren't you? VP, say something." The chat devolved into a shouting match, with all the anger directed at Serena. Leo, at his wit's end trying to calm everyone down, suddenly had an idea and tagged me. "At Amelia, aren't you in a high-rise? It must be safe there. Quick, tell us the address. I'll teleport the people from the island over there to take shelter. This, however, triggered Serena again. VP, why are you always trying to team up with Amelia? Are you in love with her or something? I forbid it. Whoever goes to her, I'll never give them any of my resources. Leo was exasperated. Serena, stop messing around. This is a matter of life and death. Who's messing around? Don't you all need my storage space? Whoever swears not to go crawling to Amelia, I'll let them take shelter in my space. With Serena's meddling, I, who had briefly become the center of attention again, was once more forgotten as everyone went back to begging her for access to her resources. She was, once again, the star of the show. I put down my phone and walked to a corner of the living room where a few inconspicuous cardboard boxes were stacked. I opened one. Inside were neatly arranged power banks, laptops, and tablets, their indicator lights all showing full charges. Another box contained several thick paperback novels, a few board games, and even a small portable projector. These were the supplies I had quickly gathered in the few minutes while everyone else was busy grabbing cash and laughing at me. They were the most useless things imaginable in a heatwave apocalypse, but were non-essential essentials for maintaining one's sanity in a confined environment. I picked up a fully charged power bank, plugged in my phone, and settled in to enjoy the show as the group chat continued to burn. Day 3. The rainfall doubled again. If yesterday's downpour was normal, today was a full-blown tempest. The rain wasn't falling in individual drops anymore, but in heavy, wind-driven sheets that slammed against the ground with incredible force. In just one morning, the water level outside had already risen past the first floor of the building. I no longer needed to go out on the balcony to absorb energy. I'd just lay on my bed watching my phone, completely unfazed. The class chat was dead silent. Yesterday's furious arguments had been replaced by a suffocating blanket of panic and despair. Only a few sporadic messages popped up. Water's getting in the house. Can't stop it. Help. It's over. The campsite is completely flooded. The air raid shelter door is leaking. It's freezing in here. What kind of goddamn apocalypse is this? A tsunami? Find the highest point. Leo, VP. At Leo, save us. Teleport over and get us out. Anywhere is fine, please. Leo only replied with a series of ellipses. His teleportation ability consumed a massive amount of energy with each use. With no clear, safe destination in sight, every rescue attempt was a huge risk. He could barely save himself. Suddenly, Serena's message popped up, laced with an almost fanatical insistence. What's everyone panicking for? Get a grip. After the storm comes the heat. That's how it works. We're about to get temperatures over 120 degrees. How are you going to be my knights and protect me if you're all falling apart? Pull yourselves together. This time, even her most devoted followers couldn't take it anymore and laughed in bitter anger. Serena, wake the hell up! Still talking about heat? Still talking about knights? The world is ending out there. Are you having a princess moment right now? Are you out of your mind? Where are your resources? Bring them out. We're all about to freeze and starve to death. I earned my resources. Why should I give them to you losers? When the heat wave comes, you'll see. Her shrill defense was cut short. At the top of everyone's phone screen, an undeniable system notification appeared. All mutes within the group have been lifted. Administrator Serena's privileges have been revoked. Administrator Leo's privileges have been revoked. Administrator Mark's privileges have been revoked. A long list of revoked administrator privileges scrolled by, followed by one final game-changing message. Group name has been reset from Heatwave Apocalypse to Monsoon Apocalypse. The entire group chat felt like someone had hit the pause button. Then it exploded. Monsoon Apocalypse? What the hell is a monsoon apocalypse? Fuck you, system. Are you messing with us? The heat wave. What about the damn heat wave? We're all going to fucking drown. Serena, it was you. Where's the heat wave you promised? Leo, didn't you say you analyzed everything? Desperate cries flooded the screen, the sheer volume of messages nearly crashing my phone. Right in the middle of this out-of-control hurricane of chaos, my message appeared completely out of place. It was a picture. The storm raged outside my balcony, but inside the room, it was lit by the dry, warm glow of a candle. A tablet and a laptop were on, and next to them lay an open novel, its pages clean and crisp. The safe house looked comfortable and leisurely, a stark contrast to the flooded, ruined shelters of everyone else. The frantic scrolling in the chat came to a screeching halt. A few seconds later, it was replaced by an explosion of exclamation points. Amelia! I get it now! Amelia changed the group name. Everyone was an admin, so she was too. It was a monsoon, but you changed it to a heat wave. You tried to kill us all, didn't you? I'll kill you. You don't have any resources. You should be starving to death by now. Do you have another power? System. I want to report her for cheating. I want to reselect my safe house and power. Admin. I calmly watched the frantic messages dance across the screen. You guys don't read much, do you? How are you still so dumb? The power I chose was reverse photosynthesis. I can live off the humidity in the air. I don't really need food or water. You guys were allowed to mute me, but I'm not allowed to change the name? You should have realized something was wrong when it started raining on the first day. You gambled and lost. You deserve to die. Just then, a long-awaited system notification popped up again. Attention all hosts. Phase 1. Safe House survival has ended. Phase 2 mission, Resource Scramble will begin in 10 minutes. Hosts with intact safe houses will receive a priority notification. All members are now muted. The group chat fell completely silent. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Everyone, except for Serena and Leo, started spamming my direct messages. The same group of people who had treated me like the plague were now sucking up to me, sending apologies, offering deals, and praising me while trashing Serena. Amidst the flood of DMs, I precisely tapped on the notification from the system. It had sent me a long, detailed list of every person's chosen safe house and power, and even their team compositions. The first round of choices had only lasted 5 minutes, and the chat was so chaotic that I hadn't remembered what anyone else picked. This list was a godsend. I ignored everyone else and carefully studied it, trying to memorize all the important information. Once the second phase started, I wouldn't have time to be looking at my phone. 10 minutes later, a new announcement appeared. Phase 2, Resource Scramble has begun. Duration, 3 days. The individual or team with the highest score will advance to the next phase. Points are calculated based on survival resources and the number of powers. Kill another host to steal their power. Intact safe householders receive 1,000 points. Quitting the game is no longer possible in this phase. As soon as the announcement was made, a string of numbers appeared next to everyone's name. Most were below 500, while I had 1,500. Teaming up with me was practically a guaranteed win, and they wouldn't have to worry about their safe house being in danger. The group chat mute was lifted, and the remaining survivors erupted in chaos, frantically tagging me. At Amelia, Amelia's safe house is intact. She got 1,000 points. At Amelia, boss, save me. Let me join your team. My power is enhanced strength. I'll protect you. All resource points go to you. At Amelia, my queen, please take me in. I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have joined in on bashing you before. At Leo, I'll teleport over and protect you. Just tell me where you are. At Amelia, we're classmates. You can't just let us die. Let's team up. The same avatars that had sneered at me just days before were now hidden behind the most pathetic masks of desperation. They needed to team up, needed me to share my safe house coordinates so the system could teleport them over. My finger hovered over the input box. In the end, I typed just 2 words. Not teaming. It was blunt, final, and left no room for argument. After a brief, stunned silence, the flattery turned into even more frenzied insults. Amelia, you fucking bitch! You're just going to let us die? Are you even human? You slut! You're going to die a horrible death. Just you wait. When we find you, we'll tear you to pieces. Selfish bitch. No wonder nobody wants you. Day 4, the rainfall doubled again, and the floodwaters rose past the 3rd floor. The massive walls of text in the class chat were gone, replaced by a grim, scarlet-colored obituary column. Chat has left the chat. Sarah has left the chat. Mark has left the chat. Survivors. 25/50ths. Half of them were gone. Maybe they drowned. Or maybe they were killed by their own teammates for their powers. Who knew? A request suddenly popped up on my screen. Leo has sent you a friend request. I accepted. Almost instantly, his messages flooded in, filled with a sort of breathless, emotional plea. Amelia, Amelia, you finally answered me. I knew you still had feelings for me. It was Serena who was stirring up trouble the whole time, turning everyone against you. I was secretly defending you behind the scenes. Amelia, we're trapped in a cave. I don't have the strength to teleport anymore. Your place is the only safe one. Tell me your location. Let me come over. I swear, I'll protect you with my life. If you just save me this one time, we can be together. I've actually liked you this whole time. I was just afraid to admit it because of Serena and the pressure from everyone else. Amelia, give us a chance, please. Every word dripped with emotion, every sentence a declaration of love. Last time, he had done the same thing, using his gentle eyes and I had no choice excuses to fool me, only to sell me out the moment I turned my back. My finger hovered over the screen for a moment before I replied. You like me? I do, Amelia, I swear to God. Well, what about your teammates? I typed slowly. Teams were locked in a while ago. You can't form a new team unless all your teammates are dead, right? He was silent for a few seconds. I feigned regret. Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. You guys do your best to survive the next 3 days. The indicator showing he was typing flickered on and off. Finally, he gave his answer. Amelia, if I don't have any teammates anymore, will you team up with me? I stared at the screen, my eyes as cold as ice. Within minutes, a few more death notifications appeared in the group chat. All of Leo's teammates were dead. He eagerly sent me a team invitation. I did it, they're dead. Come on, Amelia, playing so hard to get just so you could be alone with me. You're really something. I took a screenshot of our conversation and immediately posted it in the group chat. People were too busy trying to survive to pay much attention to the latest deaths, but many must have had notifications on for me because they instantly exploded. I can't believe the VP is that kind of person. He killed his own friends just to lick Amelia's boots. He always acted so righteous. What a backstabbing piece of shit. Leo, Mark, Ben, did you see this? Your good friend killed your other good friends? Leo, I'll haunt you even as a ghost. Kill him. Whoever sees Leo, kill him for me. Take his power. Make sure he dies without a corpse. Leo's carefully cultivated persona of the good class president, good friend, and reliable guy completely shattered. He spammed my DMs, one message after another. Amelia, how could you post that? I did it for you, for our future. Take it down. Please, I'm begging you, take it down. Those people in the group are still useful to me. Don't screw me over. The curses in the group chat continued to escalate. Someone even started frantically tagging the system, reporting Leo for maliciously murdering his teammates and demanding his power be stripped. Leo's DMs stopped for a moment, and when they resumed, they were filled with the spiteful, blustering rage of someone who had nothing left to lose. Amelia, you're ruthless. Fine, you're ruthless. You think this clears your name? You think they'll be grateful to you? Dream on. They hate your guts just as much. Just you wait. Once they get a chance to breathe, you're next. I closed his chat window and blocked him. Day 5. The flood had already swallowed most of the low-lying buildings. The rain had lessened slightly but continued to fall relentlessly, drumming a dull, monotonous rhythm against the apartment windows. The class chat was deathly quiet. The number of survivors had dropped to 17 out of 50. The curses and pleas had vanished, replaced only by the occasional pop-up of coordinates for help, which were quickly buried by new death notifications. In this suffocating silence, an unexpected avatar spoke up in the chat. It was Serena. I was too selfish before, she wrote. I didn't see the situation clearly and put everyone in such a difficult position. Every word was steeped in caution, a stark contrast to her previous class-favorite persona. She posted a photo. The island was completely submerged. She stood alone on a small hill, surrounded by a messy pile of supplies. Her tone was humble, practically groveling. All my teammates are gone. I'm begging you all, for the sake of being classmates, will anyone team up with me? I'll give up all the resources in my storage space. I'm just asking for a chance to team up. She posted a string of coordinates. This is my location. I don't want anything anymore. I just want to be with everyone else. Sob. It was a long time before anyone broke the silence, their tone dripping with undisguised sarcasm. Jessica, isn't our noble queen bee protected by her army of simps? Weren't you going to have a beach party? Did all your knights become fish food? Give up all your resources? Who'd believe that? Isn't your storage space bound to you? Who knows what you're holding back? Trying to trick someone into being your cannon fodder again? Get lost. I'm sick of looking at you. If it wasn't for your terrible advice misleading everyone into picking fresh water, would we be in this mess? The once adored princess was now a pariah. Not a single person responded to her team request. About half an hour later, a few terrified messages suddenly appeared in the chat. Serena, fuck you. You bitch. The coordinates are for a floodgate. We just teleported over and got swept away. Leo and Tom are gone. Ah! The message cut off abruptly, and the system displayed a cold notification. Leo has left the chat. Tom has left the chat. Alex has left the chat. A few seconds later, a hoarse voice spoke in the group, trembling with post-traumatic shock and bone-deep hatred. Right before he died, Sam said Serena deliberately led their teammates on the island to a dangerous spot to scout. That's how they died. She killed all her teammates. Don't trust a word she says. Serena's avatar never lit up again. Day 6. The rain stopped, but the sky remained ominously dark, a heavy blanket of gray clouds stretching to the horizon. I stood by the apartment window, looking out at the new world. The lower floors of the building were completely submerged. The murky water was filled with floating debris, cars, furniture, fragments of buildings. A true apocalyptic scene. My phone vibrated. A system notification popped up abruptly. Calculating points. Final 10-minute countdown for Phase 2. Live broadcast within the group is now enabled. But no one was left in the group to reply. The class chat that once held 50 people now had only 3, me, Leo, and Serena. My score was still 1,500. The other 2 were at 1,400. Host Leo detected near the safe house. Almost simultaneously with the notification, a loud bang echoed from the reinforced security door of my apartment. Bang! The heavy metal door didn't move an inch. Amelia, open the door. I know you're in there. We're running out of time. Leo's hoarse roar came from outside, laced with an uncontrollable fear. I walked to the door but didn't open it or respond. I just listened. Leo's voice took on a pleading tone. Amelia, I was wrong before. I apologize. But now is not the time for grudges. It's too dangerous out there. We have to fight together. Survive together. But then Serena sent a series of voice messages in the group chat, her voice dripping with scorn. Survive together? You, who would sell out your teammates without a second thought, have the nerve to talk about fighting together? If your true colors hadn't been exposed yesterday and they hadn't been wary of you, you would have screwed over even more people. Shut up! Leo seemed enraged and turned to shout at me through the door again. Amelia, don't listen to her. She's killed so many people. She's a psycho. She's just trying to drive a wedge between us so we can't team up. Serena let out another cold laugh in the group chat. Oh, playing the good guy now, are we, VP? Weren't you the one who instigated everyone to isolate her? Who told me about her confession like it was a joke? Weren't you the one who, to suck up to me, suggested everyone dump the heaviest manual labor on her? What's with the lovesick act now? Leo's voice suddenly shot up, his tone filled with the fury of someone wrongly accused. When did I ever do that? Don't you dare make things up. Even if you didn't do it then, you would have done it later. You're just a backstabbing bastard. They argued more and more fiercely. Then I opened the door. When Leo saw me, he forced down his anger and tried to rush forward to hug me. Amelia, I knew you still had feelings for me. Let's team up. Send the request now. Serena is catching up. but I brushed his hand away and said lightly, "Your only power is teleportation." Leo thought I was feeling insecure and tried to soothe me with a gentle tone. "It's okay, Amelia. Once we team up, Serena will be eliminated immediately. I can share your power, and then neither of us will die in this apocalypse." But before he could touch me, he was sent flying by a powerful force. Serena had arrived. After killing several teammates, her powers now included an indestructible body. Leo, on the other hand, had teammates who had been tricked by Serena into choosing the useless water power. And since his reputation was ruined, no one else would team up with him. His power was no match for Serena's. He watched in horror as Serena walked into my apartment, and I made no move to stop her. Leo was stunned. What is the meaning of this?" Serena, dropping her previously hostile demeanor toward me, slung an arm over my shoulder and laughed so hard she swayed. "I've been waiting for this moment for so long just to see the look on your face, you piece of shit. Ha 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 ha. Leo, when you sold me and Amelia out, did you ever imagine this would be your end?" "What are you talking about? When did I ever sell you two out?" I rolled my eyes, too lazy to explain, and pulled out my phone. System notification. Host Amelia has invited host Serena to join the team. Host Serena has accepted the invitation. Almost at the exact moment the team-up notification appeared, another announcement followed. System announcement, Phase 2 has ended. Congratulations to the team of Amelia and Serena for topping the leaderboard and entering the final phase, Lone Raft Survival. Duration, 1 day. Leo's pupils contracted. His world collapsed. "No, Amelia, are you fucking insane? You're teaming up with her? She's a venomous snake. She killed everyone. Can you just drop the whole popular girl is evil act?" I said, my voice flat. "It was the same last time. You said everything was to protect Serena. That's why you betrayed me, but in the end, you took all. The powers and resources for yourself. Who's more venomous than you?" Leo's eyes flickered as if he vaguely remembered something, but the system didn't give him any more time. The next second, with a look of confusion and despair on his face, Leo stopped breathing. He had been erased. Serena kicked his corpse violently. Her once beautiful face held no trace of pity, only a bone-deep hatred. System notification. Host Leo is dead. Host Leo's power, instant teleportation, is now available to be claimed. Hosts Amelia and Serena may choose to claim or abandon it. Neither of us moved. Day 7. On the surface of the murky water, a small rubber dinghy floated. This was the only resource that had appeared on the apartment balcony when the system announced we had entered the final phase. Serena and I sat side by side in the boat, drifting through the dead, silent city that had been completely submerged. Jessica was the first to speak. "This last day, it's for us to kill each other, right?" I nodded, facing her openly. "You're stronger. If you want to kill me, go ahead." She clicked her tongue and turned her head away, her expression blank. "Do you think I'm a monster like Leo?" Serena and I had been a team from the very beginning. We had been reborn. In the last life, when everyone knew it was a monsoon apocalypse, Leo chose reverse photosynthesis. And I, trying to help my classmates, chose the food factory as my safe house and unlimited storage as my power. I teamed up with many people, letting them freely use my resources. Most of them chose teleportation as their power and spent the apocalypse exploring with no survival pressure at all. When the second phase began, Leo suddenly begged me for more resources. He said he only ever wanted to team up with me, that he could protect me in the apocalypse and we could win together. Like a fool, I fell for it. Although I didn't agree to abandon my teammates, I told him where I had stored the resources. He turned around and posted our chat history in the group. I was attacked by my enraged teammates, severely injured, and my resources were reluctantly taken over by a heartbroken Leo. They locked me in a warehouse to die. The last thing Leo said to me was, "Only Serena deserves our protection. Someone like you is only fit to be a tool. Be smarter in your next life. No one is grateful for your help." In the end, it was Serena who saved me. "In the last life," she recounted, her voice low, "I was a lone wolf. I didn't team up with anyone, chose the high-rise as my safe house, and the indestructible body as my power, all to survive on my own. I even muted the group chat. But because of that, I missed Leo's performance in the group. He wanted my resources, so he used me as a target, gathered a team of 20 people, and threatened me into joining his squad. Those guys treated me like a toy. They said I was a jinx, that if it weren't for wanting to be on my team, they wouldn't have been bossed around by Leo. If it weren't for my indestructible body, they would have tortured me to death. The 20 of them successfully made it to the third phase, but then the system announced that the $100 million prize would have to be split evenly. Greed got the better of Leo. He led everyone to a floodgate, and because of his reverse photosynthesis advantage, he was completely unharmed in the flood. After his teammates died, he came after me. That's when I finally thought of you. For a slim chance of survival, Serena had teamed up with me. I still had a lot of resources stored in my space, so our combined score barely surpassed Leo's, and we won. But after she rescued me, we were both so severely injured that we were nowhere near as capable as we were this time. We barely survived that last day, but as soon as we got out of the game, our injuries were too severe and we both died. Maybe it was a system bug, but our memories were preserved. When the game restarted for a second time, Serena and I entered the group at the same time and made a pact to get revenge on everyone in our class. I changed the group name and she provided the cover. Every time someone questioned my choices, she would jump in to stir the pot, reinforcing the idea of a heat wave apocalypse. When it came to choosing powers, she worked to create a divide between me and the others, dispelling their suspicions. Who would have thought that this seemingly delicate school queen actually hated the boys in our class to her core? Since they all treated her like a jinx in the last life, she decided to be a real one this time. To clip Leo's wings, she fractured the cliques of guys, and I tore off Leo's mask. We went through hell and back to lure Leo here with no teammates and no powerful abilities, all for this moment. Ding! Congratulations to hosts Amelia and Serena for successfully completing the Lone Raft survival phase. The apocalypse game Monsoon Apocalypse is now officially cleared. Final reward, $100 million in cash, has been distributed to the 2 hosts' designated accounts. Hosts who did not clear the game will be erased in reality. The game will shut down in 10 seconds. 10, 9. It's time to go, Serena said softly. Yeah. The countdown hit 0. When I opened my eyes again, I was looking at the familiar plaster of my bedroom ceiling. My phone buzzed with a transaction alert. $50 million had been deposited into my account. Outside, the rain had stopped, the sun was shining,